Hi TyComm Southeast employees. This is an instructional video for crew managers. It instructs them how to create a daily crew installation report. The report establishes what crew is working, what project they worked on, what material they placed, how much material they placed, and finally, if there was a work interruption, what was the interruption. The report is generated at the end of the shift by the crew manager, and when it's completed and saved, the report is then emailed by the crew manager to management. So let's get started. First, we'll log in. That takes us to the control panel for the ERP. Under the project heading, we're going to find the daily crew installation report and choose that. You'll see a list of reports, and up in the top right, you could choose create a new report. So we'll generate a couple reports in this video. The first report we'll generate will be recording a successful shift, and the second report we generate will be we had a shift that had work interruptions, and we're going to record those interruptions. So the first report, let's choose a work crew. So let's choose number 2, TyComm drill crew for the 2022. The work manager is the person that will fill out this report, so the work manager chooses themselves from the drop-down menu. The work date will automatically populate to today. On the project, place your cursor. A drop-down menu appears. Start typing the project. I'm typing 3007 and choose 3007 from the drop-down menu. Finally, we want an employee count. So drop-down menu on this instance will say we had 4 people on the crew. All right, the next section is the items placed. So this is a drill crew. They're placing conduit. So we'll choose conduit. And then we go to the table and we add a row. Click add row. Put the cursor underneath item code. Drop down menu appears and you start typing XAM for XAM00A. Choose that from the drop down menu. Put your cursor in the quantity field. Type the quantity that was placed. So we're going to say 1,000 feet. And then if there was adder that was placed as well, add a row. Put the cursor in the item code. The drop-down menu appears. Start typing XA5 for the XA51A adder. Choose that from the drop-down menu. Put your cursor in the quantity field. Type the quantity for the XA5, and you're good. Then scroll down to the work status. You can choose working, work interruption, ready for QC, or requires correction. In this case, we had a good shift, so we're going to choose ready for QC. Then we'll cursor up to the top, hit the save button, and finally, after saving, we go to the menu next to the save button. We choose email. Then from the email to field, from the drop down, we start typing REPORT. That shows us the email reports at TyCommSE. Choose that. If you've got a message, you can type a message here. If you don't have a message, you can just go down to the bottom and hit the send key. That is it. You've successfully created the report and then emailed it to management. Now I'm going to go up to the blue E, click the blue E to take us back to the home page of the control panel. Now we're going to create a daily installation report that shows there was work interruption. So we choose daily crew installation report. We go to the blue add report button. Again, choose the crew. We're going to choose crew number 2. Choose the crew manager, who will choose himself. The date will automatically populate the project. Put your cursor in the project. The drop-down menu appears. Start typing the project that you're working on and choose it from the drop-down menu. Employee count. We're going to say, oh, we had four folks on this job. We're going to cursor down to the next section, which is the placement section. Again, we were placing conduit. And then we go to the table, input the codes and the quantity. So hit the add row button, cursor in the code field, start typing XAM. Choose it from the drop-down menu. Quantity, there were interruptions on this particular shift, so the quantity, we're just going to put 200 feet. Then we're going to cursor down to the work status. And from the work status, we're going to say work interruption. And the section below that is the work interruptions section to choose from. You can choose equipment failure. You can choose worksite incident or issue if a water main was hit or any other issue. You can choose weather. You can choose locates if there's a problem with locates. You can choose white lines and tags as interrupting work. You can choose quality control as interrupting work. Say the work that was done before you was not done properly, so it's not allowing you to move forward. You can choose materials and inventory in case the customer warehouse was out of the inventory that you needed for that particular day. So we'll do, on this particular one, we'll choose materials and inventory. And then further, we can go down to notes. And if there's any other notes about this work interruption, we could say customer says that inventory will not be available until tomorrow. So that's an example of a note that you might put in the note area to further explain the work interruption. Then we're going to scroll all the way back to the top. We'll hit the save button. After the report's been created and saved, we'll go to the menu next to the save button. We'll choose email from that menu. From the drop down on the to email address, we will type REPORT and choose reports at TyCommSE.com as the to email. Again, you've got the option to put a note in the email or not, after which you can hit the send button, which will send the report to management. And so that wraps up this instructional video. Thank you very much.